evening all guys. Figured I'd bring you with me along for a hopefully won't be too eventful ride after work. Sorry if it sounds like I'm shouting. Got a bit of an ear infection at the minute, so my hearing's a bit fucked, so I do apologise if my hearing, sorry, not my hearing. How the fuck could you hear my hearing? If my voice seems louder than it should be, it's primarily because I'm slightly deaf today. But anyway, as I was saying, figured I'd bring you along for the ride. I tell you what, there's so many fucking idiots around here today. I got nearly hit on, oh fuck my life. I'll get my fucking words out in a minute. I nearly got hit head on by a police car this morning, which I'll throw in somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around here. So that was an interesting ride this morning. I hope everyone's well, and as usual at every part of the video, I'd like to welcome you towards the channel. If you are new, please, if you'd be so kind as to like or subscribe. Any views or any comments are welcome. I hear sirens, cannot see them, don't really care much. Anyway, this is what it's like for me on a 1098. The bike just wants to go and go and go, but it can't go and go and go because there's cars in my way. But you know how it goes. Shit happens, so you make the best of a bad situation. What do I mean by that? Find the gap and fucking take it. So as you may have seen a previous video on the Panigale V4 Street Fighter that I did, I just want to recap on that a little bit, in the sense that I can't remember if I said or not that there hasn't been any actual release dates for it yet, as far as I'm aware, so no doubt it'll probably come out in 2020. So that finishes that little recap. Moving on, just a little side note, I'm going to throw up a link or just a little screenshot of something me and my partner have been working on, called Flight to Phoenix, which is basically a Facebook page for people that are suffering with issues in terms of anxiety or depression or anything like that. It's also a place for people to just generally hang out, so you know, hang out in a virtual reality as such. Oh, pardon me. To allow people to air their grievances, and well, not their grievances, but share their aches and pains with in terms of invisible illnesses such as anxiety, depression, you know, anything really, like arthritis, diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, you know, all the invisible illnesses that come under that umbrella. One of the main things that a lot of people have said is fibromyalgia, and that is a very, very, very big invisible illness that a lot of people suffer with, but it gets misdiagnosed, such as arthritis and rheumatism and, you know, fuck knows what else. There's like 1,001 different things that it could be misconstrued as. With regards to this particular page, I just thought I'd give her a bit of a shout out, because it was actually her, well, when I say her, my girlfriend, who we'll call Phoenix for now, because that's the name of the page, so we'll go with that. If it hadn't been for her, introduced me to something called CBD, which is, in layman's terms, the beneficial part of cannabis, I would not be where I am now. I would be in a lot of pain. I would also be very anxious, very skittish around other people, because, you know, I might come across as, you know, quite a happy-go-lucky, bubbly kind of person, which normally I am. But there comes a time when, you know, you can't keep up that. And, you know, it's very difficult to put on the front. People say, oh, you know, you can't be happy all the time and this, that and the other, which is true, you can't. If you're happy all the time, then you're either on something, or your life is, you're lying. You're lying to yourself, you're lying about your life. But anyway, as I digress and delve deeper and deeper into my, oh fuck me, she's too busy talking. Look at this traffic. Seriously, where's all this traffic coming from? So yeah, CBD is basically, in layman's terms, it's the non-high part of cannabis. Now, you don't necessarily get high from it, but it gives you a very, very, very relaxed feeling. Now, it helps with a lot of things in terms of ailments. I can't remember if I'd mentioned it before, but it helps with things like rheumatism, arthritis, diabetes. It also helps with neurological injuries such as strokes. Now, I'm not sure if it works with every type of stroke, but it does work for the ones that have like brain injuries and stuff like that. And you know, I've done a bit of research into this, because long story short, my dad had a stroke about 13 weeks ago, and between the two of us, me and Phoenix, found out that CBD does help repair damaged brain cells and blood vessels and stuff like that in the brain. So, you know, I'm trying to convince my dad to give it a try, because, you know, in a previous video I said, I can't remember if you guys remember, but when I was diagnosed with being diabetic back in February of this year, 2019, you know, I thought, you know, that was it, fucking life's over. But as well as obviously dietary changes and medication and whatnot for the first couple of months, you know, this CBD has helped me a lot. Show you, it doesn't help the fucking bike, mind you, but there you go. But yeah, it's like it's such a relaxing way to be. You know, I'm not angry much anymore. It takes a lot to wind me up. I mean, I had a good temper on me anyway, so it took a fucking shitload to wind me up to start with, but now I'm just a little bit more tolerant of people. I'm a little bit more calm about certain situations like work and home life and whatnot. So that sort of thing helps me out quite a lot. And like I said, if it hadn't been for Phoenix showing me it or introducing me to it, I would never have bothered. So I have her to thank for that. So if you watch this video at any point, babe, thank you very much for the help, because without you I would not be where I am now. Oh, it's gonna be tight, it's gonna be tight. Fuck me, that was nearly too tight for my own good. I saw that geezer come around that corner just at the last second. But anyway, enough of the scaredom. Let's be getting home. The things we put up with as London commuters, you know, I have no idea why there's traffic around here at this time of the evening. It should not be this busy. I mean, I have my suspicions as to why it's busy, but I'd rather not suspect. You know, give it that suspicious mind business. As Elvis Presley once said, we can't go on together with suspicious minds. Fuck me, I'm showing my age. And no, that doesn't mean I'm in my 50s or 60s. It's actually more of a case of I grew up with a mother who listens to Elvis Presley and such likes. Getting red lights everywhere today. I think I need new brake pads. But anyway, I hope everyone had a good weekend, and for all those daddies out there, I hope you had a good Father's Day. I'm not technically a father, but I have a stepdaughter, and apart from having to go to work, which sucks major arse, it was actually quite nice. Not to say that I personally would like to work on those sort of occasions, because it kind of sucks, but that aside, what is this guy doing? Arsehole! I'll tell you what, there's so many fucking dickheads around here today. It's like I was saying earlier about that fucking police car. I shit you not, I honestly thought I was going to die this morning. I really fucking did. But thankfully I didn't. So if I did, I would not be able to bring you this amazing footage. Nothing like blowing my own trumpet much. I think I'm going to have to replace my regulator rectifier at some point soon. It's all bollocks really. I remember back in the day when my 748 never ever fucking stalled on me. Not once ever. This fucking thing has stalled on me 3 times in the last half hour. Anyway, I digress. I can't really go back in time and get my old bike back. Although, however, I think if I could, I would. That's a question. If you could go back in time and choose any bike that you've had, you know, growing up, or you learn on, or anything like that, what would it be? Now for me, it would have to be my 748. Either one of them. Whether it be the S model that I had or the Baposto which came out before it. Either way I would not mind. Shall I tell you why? Because that baby was the first bike I ever learned to do a burnout on. It was the first bike I learned to wheelie on. It was the first bike I learned to stoppie on. And I kid you not, compared to today's bikes, it was one of the most fucking agile bikes I've ever ridden. I don't mean to say that this bike isn't any better, because it is. This is flickable, but it's not as flickable as what the 748 was. I don't know whether that was down to having a shorter wheelbase, or whether that was down to smaller wheels or narrower tyres. I dare say it's probably a combination of the 3. Oh, target acquired. Target acquired and taken. Get in there, boy, as Scotty Redding would say. Motion carried. Get in there. This ought to be fun. See what these chumps are doing. Come on, seriously. Oh fuck. This 468 is going to go my way, innit? I'm sure as fuck not going to argue with a bus. Some people might think I've got a death wish, but I really fucking haven't. Right, ladies and gents, this is where I leave you. So on that bombshell, that tumultuous bombshell, I shall bid you farewell. Adios!